All right, so this is going to be the fitness tracker. As you can see, it's a contribution from Carlos, Chad, Kabir, and Neil. And if you go to the next slide. Okay, so this is going to be the overview. So our app allows for users to create online profiles to track their fitness goals. This is a self-reporting fitness app with simplicity in mind. It will allow for the user to input their workouts and track their activity. Once the user's workout is complete, they will be presented with a summary report that consists of their workout time and how much calories they've burnt, which is calculated using a formula that is curated to the user's attributes and workouts. Users will also have access to training videos, which are categorized with a wide range of different workout techniques, so even new users could get started. Finally, users are presented with a home screen, which displays the date, weather, quick daily summary, and previous workouts. You go to the next slide. So this is going to be the tracking portion of it. So one of the main goals of the fitness tracker is to let the users input their desired workouts. It also allows for the users to track more than one workout at a time. Their selected workouts will also help in the calculation of the calories burnt in the summary screen. And next slide. And once the user selects the workouts, the user is presented with the timer to track their workout. The user is provided with the basic functionality, which consists of the start/stop button, reset, and finish workout, which will redirect them to the summary screen. And this will be the summary screen. Once the workout is complete, the user is presented with their workout summary. It displays the user's workout time and their calculated calories that they've burnt. The formula utilizes the user's weight and calculates the metabolic equivalent for a task, or the MET, to provide the user with an estimation of how much calories they burnt. The workout data is then stored in the backend for future analysis or review.
All right, so this is the training videos, the workout training page, and it allows the users to select a workout category from a list of different categories. And once the user selects a type of workout, they'll receive a list of videos from YouTube that can be used to learn new exercises or follow along with the workout routine. It also includes like pre and post workout stretching, as well as like yoga, no equipment workout, and different categories for users to follow along. And they can learn new exercises, or returning users can also use it as to follow like a preset guide or like follow along with the routine. As next, Chad will talk about the login and sign up.
Thanks, Neil. So this is the login and sign up page. This was kind of my portion. And this is where we collect the user attributes initially. And then I was also in charge of designing the back end. So the way I have it set up is you have a user class that has the different attributes in it. And then we've got a workout class, which also has different attributes in it. And the way we have it set up now is maybe going forward, we can do a social media type of workout feature. So that's for future, but I just wanted to make sure that it was set up so that we can have like a collection of users shown. Down at the bottom left-hand of the screen, you can see the user sign-in process. I messed up on purpose, so you can see that we can do it pretty smoothly, and then the sign-up. And then next is Kabir talking about profile.
So it wouldn't be a fitness app if you didn't get an overview and also have a profile page. So when you first open up the app, it'll bring you to the home page, and it gives you a nice little message saying hello and then your first name. It gives you the date, the total number of minutes you've worked out. That's just for an example. I don't really have any workouts in there yet. And then how many calories you burned. And then if you go to the profile page, it has your photo that you've uploaded, your name, your username, and then your height as well as your weight. And then there's also the option to log out. And then if I had any workouts logged in yet, those would also appear down there as well. And yeah, that's our amazing fitness app. Any questions?
Very nice. Good job, guys. I really like the presentation. The pictures were like amazing, like Margaret was saying, and very cool idea. I also like that you guys hit the point of like where this might go next. What does it really mean though to be like a social media type of app in terms of like workout?
Were you guys thinking of like having people work out together or challenge each other to beat each other's times on something? Or
It was more so for like kind of like challenging each other, I want to say. So it's kind of like you would post your workout
10% more push-ups or something.
10% more. Yeah, it'll calculate. Nah, but it was just more so like you would post what you did for the day, and you can see what else like your friends and that kind of stuff, what their workouts were for the day, and maybe we were even trying to implement like a chart API where it would show you like over time how you've been progressing. And as for the timer itself, it only runs during the activity. We were planning on maybe once the timer starts, we could have it run in the background. So that way, if the user wants to look at any videos, they would do so with the timer still running in the background. And we wanted the timer to be shown in the toolbar. So that way, they're still aware of how much time they're using and that kind of stuff.
What are your plans? Are you actually going to still continue to develop this and actually get it on the on some, make it like available for others to download?
For sure. We just need to finish up some user elements and that kind of stuff. Just finish some bugs, and then we want to implement the future plans. But first, we want to make sure that we get the actual main idea perfected first before actually implementing the future ideas.
Okay, and then last question. So the GIFs and everything look great. Does this actually like run in an emulator right now?
Yeah, so basically everything is running. Like I said, there is a few bugs. So like the home and profile, it'll still run, but it won't be. It's not shown as planned. So it just doesn't look the prettiest right now since like we're just trying to like fix up the bugs. But everything else works though.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Very cool.
Great. So Dinesh, Peter, Timmy, and Lester are going to be next.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So it's me, Lester, Timmy, and Peter, and this is PioneerHub. So a good college experience is not just doing well in your classes, but also it's spending time and communicating with your peers. So due to unforeseeable events like the pandemic, coronavirus outbreak, that lack of communication is very evident as people have cautiously been staying at home all this time as they should. So to tackle that, we built PioneerHub on the basis of uniting the students here at CSU East Bay together in a cool and casual way through digital means. Another issue we tackle is to find a better solution to help set up the success for a student here at East Bay. The university has different resources that they provide to students, but they are scattered up across the web, and the links are actually kind of complicated and hard to find. So we have like a hub that links to these resources in one spot. We also have provided a map that drops down the locations for different resources, buildings, and they can use Google Map applications to get directions. And this app is kind of a general encompassing tool that is there to help the students connect, find their way across campus, get resources that they normally would try to look for, but due to like the whole scattered environment of the East Bay's website, it's kind of difficult to find. Instead of doing like a whole gifting, we made a video, but unfortunately our video is like 12 minutes long, so I'd rather just do a live demo if that's all right with you guys. All right, so let me run this. So straight off the bat, you're greeted with a beautiful looking login page. So instead of logging in, let me register. So this is demo day. Let me do my password is definitely not password. And upon registering, you're greeted with this congratulations fragment, and now you can do, oops, if I can type That's definitely not password. There you go.
Yeah, so here's the timeline for the student feed. You could see all the posts that has been made by all users in the app. You could like a post.
Here's like.
You could make a comment too.
Oops. Here's a comment.
And you could go make a report on the post as well.
Yeah, so if you think the post is inappropriate, you can report it as well. Oh, I haven't logged into my Gmail, so it doesn't show up, but rest assured it shows up with a little thing.
Yeah, so next you could create a simple post.
So let me create a new post in student feed.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, you could add an image as well if you want. And just finalize and send the post. Yes, and it will show right at the timeline. You could also look at different chats that we have made. It allows us to categorize and designate posts into their own space. So let's say if the person wants to buy and sell its textbooks, they can go to the buy and sell channel and make a post there. So with time, I'm going to pass it to Timmy. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Timmy. I did the resource part of the app, which just makes it more organized. So I look for important dates and links. And then like there's an icon and just stuff about important things related to our school. So you can see there's like final dates, bookstores, and like when you click on the card, it'll go to the web page. And you just click back and yeah, just makes it more organized, look for things. And I'll pass it to Peter.
Also, we have the maps feature. So here we just drop, maybe these are not all the places on the campus, but we think these are some of the most important places, like some of the buildings. Yeah, and our science buildings should be among one of the markers as well. And if you click at the bottom right corner, you can go to the Google Maps and you can create routes and travel to the any of the markers you like. So that's about it for the maps.
All right, so I'll take it over with the profile. So the profile basically shows the logged in users information. So first name, last name, their expected graduation date, a brief description about themselves. So I am a CSUEB East Bay student, their major, which is undecided at this point, and a list of all the posts that I've made so far. If I wanted to change that, there's a little button here, and I can easily just change it to my name is Dinesh, and my last name is Day. And you can just change it, and upon refreshing, it changes it. I can also edit my account info, so I can enter a new password. So my password is not, it's definitely not password 1. And there you go. I just changed my password. And that is about it. Lastly, obviously a good social media application requires a logout button. So here's logging out. That's it. Any questions or any inquiries that you guys had? Also, what's amazing is Lester actually designed the timelines recycler view fragments, which I was able to recycle, ironically, into like the comment section. So I feel like it gave us like a really good opportunity to kind of utilize like a good software design practice of reusing code. So credit where credit is due. Lester did a great job. Timmy did a great job too. Peter, great job with the map. Any other questions?
Yes, absolutely. Is there a view for seeing another person's profile? So like I want to go would you be able to go and see someone else's profile right now?
Yeah, how are we supposed to stalk each other with this app?
We our designers at PioneerHub do not encourage stalking other people, so currently we do not have that feature. But in our defense, it is fairly easy to do that. I actually designed the profile fragment in a way where the profile fragment, all it takes is like a user ID, which is already tied into each posts. So all you would have to do is like create like an on-click listener on the profile name or something, and it would easily take it to the user profile. It shouldn't take too much time to implement it, but due to time constraints, we were unable to do it at this point. Yeah, but we definitely have like the way profile fragment is designed is definitely designed in a way where it can take in any user ID. So it does not base itself upon the current parse user at all.
It's very cool. And I wanted to look at the sidebar a little bit closer because I wanted to see the categories. It seems like there is, housing, buy, sell, but I wanted to see if it's possible for someone, an admin or I don't know, another student to start a channel that they think would be better.
So that is a great idea, but currently we do not have that feature. I understand that, but when we discussed it, so currently we don't have roles assigned to any of the users. So we do not have admin roles. We currently only have like one specific role. So one implementation that we could do in the future would be when we register users or when we register users, we could, I don't know, give like a confirmation for role as well. Like maybe like a passphrase or something, which would allow moderators to create their own channels. Also, when Lester first came up with the channel idea, I kind of envisioned it as some sort of like subreddit, so where you would search for a channel. But unfortunately, that's like that was a bit of our stretch goals, which we were not able to meet.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
for
you've
sure.
already got a lot.
Another thing that I wanted to see was the resources pages again.
Beautiful design. I love this icon.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna read some of the stuff from the chat because everyone is like in love with this idea. Obviously, people think that you guys should develop this further. So I hope that at least two of you or one of you continues to build on this. People also think that you guys should sell this. What else do we have? Beautiful app. Like we just really. Oh, and then Vincent is like, is it too early to invest?
Yeah.
So, we really like this, and like Margaret was saying, I really like the design. I like how it stayed true and in sync with whatever is our school colors. Really hope that this comes out to be something that is like available for everyone. Thanks, guys. Congratulations for completing this. Cool. So the next group is going to be Alejandro, David, and Ulysses. Just working our way through the list.
All right, so this is our app. This is called ThisDay. It's a social event app. It was developed by David Serrano, Ulises Llanes, and myself, Alejandro Quibera. So this is the problem we solve. Many apps already feature event check-in options, but ThisDay is an entire platform centered around event planning and in-person entertainment. ThisDay will be the go-to app for users looking to attend events. Instead of having users interact with their phones for endless hours, we plan to have our app serve as a springboard for greater in-person interactions between users. This is the introduction. ThisDay is a social media app that allows users to share the events they're attending and interested in with their friends and family. Users are able to see what events are happening near them, they're able to see the most popular events in the country, and they're able to create personalized profiles that display their events. This is our login and register page. We wanted to create a quick and seamless registration process that enables the user to customize their profiles. So right after registering, you go into a page that allows you to add a background picture and a profile picture to upgrade your profile. Log in with a username and password to start interacting. This is our events activity feed. This is where you can check out what your friends are up to, see what events are the most popular on a given day, and if you want to make plans on the fly, explore the feed to see what you can participate in that very same day. Also, if you guys see, we like yellow. David Serrano designed this really cool yellow, and we based our whole app around it pretty much. Then I'll pass it over to...
So I'm going to talk about the create event feature. Starts when you click the middle button in the bottom navigation view, which looks like a plus sign. The event creation basically has the user create his or her own event. So how the user creates the event, first of all, is titling the event, giving it a name. User then sets the location of an event, types a brief description of what the event is about, gives it an event type, sets the date and time, and be able to add a picture for other users to be able to be more attracted to it. So, and finally, when the user press the creates button, the event is then added to the feed page. Next slide. The user profile pops up when the right button in the bottom navigation menu is clicked. The user profile basically can be seen by only the user's friends, not by anyone random. The profile will present the user's name, the profile picture, the background picture, and the user's location, and also what type of events you've been up to and what you're planning to attend. And the user could also hide past events and future events for privacy purposes. Next slide. So that was our prototype, all the parts that were working. This app still needs work. There are many features that need to be added to make this app more legit. I'm going to present 3 main ones that we believe is a must need. Next slide. The first one is a filter feature. There will probably be a time when the event feed will have a ton of events to choose and search from. So I think the filter will help the user narrow down the search. And the way it'll work is the user will choose a specific location, a date, a time, a cost, whether it's like 0, free, to like 1 million, and the categories, which could be like anything from sports to music. Next slide. The second one would be a message feature. We want users who are friends in the app to be able to message each other and share each other's events through this feature. I also want another inbox for events. If users are hosting one, the people can message them about questions and comments about the event. And so I want the host to be able to respond to these questions and comments to another inbox inside the app. Next slide. The last one is a map feature. The user will be able to see and pinpoint the location of events on a map. This idea was sort of taken from Yelp. When looking for an event, users can look up to a map and get the feel and location and what's nearby around that event. Next slide. So yeah, in summary, our app wanted to solve the problem of boredom, loneliness, and we want to make event planning easier. And the way we want to do this is by creating this app ThisDay that will bring people together and make your day more fun and exciting. So that concludes our presentation of our app ThisDay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.
Wanted to just double check, what are the current things that someone can do with your app right now?
Sure. So someone can log in, register, create their profile, add profile pictures to the profile, create events, explore events around them. So we have a whole feed page, profile page, and create event page.
And basically the feed is something that everyone who's a user of the app can see, right?
Well, they can see the popular events. That could be like the trending comparable to the trending page on Twitter. And then if they're friends with people, they can see their events and the events they're attending.
Okay, I see. So your feed has two, it basically comes together in 2 ways. One is if you're friends with someone, you can see what they posted or where they're at. Mm-hmm. And then out of that, there's a way to, make an event as trending, and that will end up on everybody's timeline, regardless if they're friends with each other or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Very cool. I really like this idea. Another question that I had was, if someone wants to post an event that they're at, what are the different event types that they can report? Because it just seemed like it's just like a box that you can just type.
Yeah, so literally, that feature was gonna have you could decide whether there was gonna be a list to pick from, and so that list would basically show, what kind of type of event would this be, and it'll show you whether it's a car event or a music concert, a party, or like food and wine, education, or whatever it could be. And we decided like the easier way to do it. I was like, just to type it. I was like, kind of lazy right now. So having seen you write it, so I was like, just might as well let the user just type it out and figure it out on their own.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure that creates a whole bunch of complications in terms of, how do you categorize these events together in the future, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're planning on changing that feature too, just to have a check mark on what type of event it should be. So we're planning on giving them choices.
Cool. And the gifts looked really nice as well. My question was, I just wanted to ask, like, is that how it exactly is in the emulator right now? Or is there any bugs? Does it run as expected?
There's a few bugs. The adding the background picture, because I was trying to pull it from the our image gallery on our phone, and like it wouldn't save. And like I tried everything to just save the file into the emulator, but it wouldn't at all. And that like I was like working on it like for hours and couldn't figure it out.
Okay, cool. So yeah, last question. Are you guys planning on developing this after today, basically after this Android class is over?
Kind of, not really. I'm not sure. maybe we'll see it soon. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because it'll take too long to like make stuff.
Wow. Okay. Well, congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for sharing this. We have comments that say this is super awesome. And an idea from chat is that you guys should combine this somehow with the CSU eSpay app, which is, I also agree.
And on top of that, I think it should be school or site specific. So that's why it should combine with the Cal State eSpay thing.
Right. I like these. I like the idea. I like ideas that are like open-ended and you can always like build on top of them. And these are for sure, they've all have been, the 3 apps have definitely been like, you can just take it to the moon. Cool. So next group, we're going to have Margaret, Wayne, Hao, and Nischita.
Hello, everyone. So we have developed a Q&A app for our college, CSUEB. So this app was developed by Hao, Margaret, and myself. Yeah, why Q&A app? First of all, what we saw was for our college, we didn't find a question and answer app where like whenever a new student gets admitted or whoever is currently present in the college, they may have like a number of questions and they would have sent an email to get the answer. So instead of waiting long to get the answer, this app would help, like anyone can answer in this app. Whenever a person posts the questions. And also, it would also save the time of faculty or staff who generally answer the question. If someone has posted the answer for that, they can refer it over there. And also, if someone needs an answer instantly, they need not wait for the answer for someone. So if they had to get their job done soon, this would help them. And also, some pros can give the good tips on this app. How we will continue. Thank you.
So our tagline is like bringing CSU ISB into your hands. So you ask, we answers. So we trying to make it like a pocket guide for any students who come to CSU East Bay. Could be a freshmen, could be a transfer students, or could be the students who are already enrolled and study at CSU East Bay. We try to create a small community that promoting interactions and trying to help each others out and solve students with their concerns. So we provide an easy access so that you can find the right answers, and the resource you can is from the one near you most. The one is people who inside CSU and who knows the class, who knows the environments, and who knows the school. And most importantly is time saving. So you don't have to wait for the advisor's email or have to get line for the appointments. You don't need to hear like, I will get back to you in 24 hours or within like 1 or 2 business hours. You can just get the direct search on our app and then find your own answers. So here's the first look of our app. We will try to run the live demo later. So we have the main thing is the search activities that we can you can find some posts that have related keywords with your what you are typing or looking for. And we have the post where you can view it. You can compose the post, and you have a profile that show you the kind of like a management centers that you can look at your posts and your comments. You can delete or undo the task, the posts or the comments of yours. So next is.
So here's a couple things that we think would be cool to have in the future. The first one is notification. When somebody answers your question, users can get notified right away. Also, if some important date is closing in, we can send users notifications as well, like last 3 days to pay tuition so that student won't miss tuition deadline. Also, having able to show GIF files is helpful. I should say more helpful than just pictures. So I think it's cool to have a moving pictures as well. And then when I ask a question, sometimes I would like some proof to that. So we think that having the ability to open external internet link by just tapping on it would be cool. The last thing we do is the favorite posts. Users can add their favorite post for later or subscribe to a profile for later.
Yeah, and now we will run the demo app. So we have the intro page like this, and then it will automatically sign in when you sign in. I will talk later about login and register because right now we already sign in. So here I have the at the beginning, so they will get all the recently add posts. You can see all the new posts here, and it will and then when you type something in, kind of like friend or something like that, and you click search, it will give you the results by the vote. The most vote will be at the front, and when you click on this, it will show up the post with the image. You can upvote the post. You can comment and see other comments, and kind of like you can access to other user profile too. For example, I can click on this person's profile and it will automatically show up their background info and then their posts and their comments. You can go back and then just type something here like I don't know, and you can send the image we sent right now. Yeah, and you can also capture an image and send the post with that. Oops. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the little like attached here, and you can easily like click on delete you if you don't want the post to have the image. Image. Yeah, and then it will show immediately like this, my image. And yeah, and for the profile, you will have this profile and you can able to delete your stuff and able to undo it like that. And for the compose, for example, if I compose a question like, I know week and ask, like when is the week or spring one. I can also add the image here. Let's see, click again, check, submit. So you can see directly here that the post will add it here. And when I click on it, if someone answered it, it will show up the contents. I can refresh and show up the comments up there. Kind of.
Can you go back to the, can you go back and then can you remove Finn from the search bar?
Yeah. So if you don't type anything, it will show up the most recent, the most vote. And in the first site, when you log into the search activity, it will show up the most recent post because it just start you off like that. And yeah, so about the login and sign up, we also extend the features that we can make the passwords stronger, and also we ask the users to enter only the CSU horizontal email address only. So that we can make sure that the enter is legit and from the people actually inside, not just a scam or some random answers that is wrong. Okay, yeah, that's it for our presentation.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Amazing. Wow. You guys really done some good work here. I really like your app. I think that your pitch of a mini CSU space in your pocket, just like, oh my God, it's exactly that Wolf of Wall Street moment of like trying to sell the pen moment, like that's amazing. Another thing I really like is that you are like hitting the points of common student experiences at East Bay, which is like you email someone and then they're like, we'll get back to you within 24 hours, or that you go and you go up to somewhere like the financial services and then they're like, we have to wait like 30 minutes. I think the thing that came to my mind is that you guys are basically crowdsourcing information from the students for the students, right? You're kind of like, you have this huge student body that has a ton of information, but there's no way to connect them to each other when someone has just like one simple question. And instead of everyone going to the administrations and to the teachers and chairs of departments, whoever they are, you kind of like, because they're limited in number, you're kind of like, let's have the millions of students, or I don't know, thousands of students that are out there to answer these questions.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I had a few questions. So your search, is it like implementing a specific algorithm for searching? How are you exactly doing it?
Searching is pretty straightforward. I just go match the string if there's any string matched in titles or in the description, it'll show up. It's not like a very complicated algorithm, just string matching.
Okay, so let's say that you have a ton of things to search through. Did you ever think about, or are you ever concerned about like the time that it would take for search results to pop up? Because you're also sorting the search results as well.
We were thinking about like eliminate unnecessary words like and is or are, kind of like that. We don't need that word. We just eliminate that key that word and then just leave out the keyword, the main thing.
And so yeah, just to double check, so if someone can make a post and the post can be either just an image or it could be a text image, a text post.
Yes.
Very cool, very cool. Well, we have comments that say good job, a nice job. Very cool. Thank you for making this. Again, if you ever make this happen, sell it to East Bay because it's definitely needed. And if you don't get to sell it to them, I think definitely make it and see like how many people just start using it. We're gonna have Thomas, Henry, Adrian, and Wesley show us their project.
So, hi. Our app is named SquadHouse. I think our team name is Pepega Tech because Henry. So meet the team. It's Wesley, Henry, Thomas, and Adrian. And SquadHouse is basically built upon this idea that like I just want to like spontaneously talk about a certain topic because I'm like so inspired, or like I saw something on on media where I just want to rant, or I just want to discuss like certain issues in the society right now. Any topic of anything you want, you can just pop in and talk about, and have other people see that you want to talk about it, and they can join. So here you can just kind of see some general things about the app. We'll actually go through a little bit of live demo and show you that like the voice call feature actually works. But yeah, actually, let's just go straight to the demo because why not? So here we just have our very rudimentary login page. Ideally, upon signing up, you'd actually use a phone number to sign up just to verify that you're not a bot. I think I mentioned it in a different Zoom meeting of ours, but we are using the Twilio client or the Twilio API, and part of the Twilio API, they actually have a verification feature that allows you to send a text message with verification code to make sure you're not a bot. Super secret password, very rudimentary login, right? And this is just generally how our homepage looks. This is like the general format of what we would like to call an audio room, as labeled here. You can search for people based on names. I think this would work. You can follow them. Following will allow you to see when that person makes an audio room on your homepage. And you can also search based on certain key features or certain key topics, right? You can also create an event. This is a little bit broken, but you can just see demo day, and hi CodePath, and courtesy of Henry, you've got this little fancy UI for choosing the date and for choosing the time. And then onto the profile, just very basic stuff, changing your profile picture. You would actually need to be nominated by a person that knows you on the platform. And down here is where you can create a club. Club as in like an organization or just like a group of people who like to fool around and stuff. Add a photo, add a name, describe what you do. So like this has really good potential, I would like to think, for companies who would want to start making podcasts on this platform. And I guess most importantly, let's make an audio room. If you can call this phone number, you'll actually see that you should be able to actually connect to this phone or this audio room at the moment. Call if you want to, call if you don't want to, but just for the sake of showing that it works. Yeah.
And while people call in, or possibly not, as the case may be, I was curious, when you said nominate people, is that to start the club? Is that what you meant?
The idea is when you sign up for the app and you do verify with your phone number, someone ideally on the app who knows you in real life would be like, yo, I know this person, they're real, let them in.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So you need invite only, huh?
It's kind of an invite, like right now it's up in the hands, but ideally in the future, a thing that could be done is that you would actually do that.
Nice.
So yeah, as you can see, in the audio room, exactly, you would actually see a list of people based on their profile picture and their name. But since this is just to show that this is working, and this is actually the method that we chose, there's a different method to do so, but that includes setting up a server to deploy things.
Right. That's cool though.
But if you guys are curious about the nitty-gritty, here's the Twilio actual console. I assume everyone can see this, but the general idea is that we created a little XML file that Twilio has configured so that when you access this or you use it, a conference, as they like to call it, will be created. And our method by which to actually do this is that we bought a couple phone numbers off of Twilio, and we set it up so that when we call into this phone number, it will actually redirect to this XML, right? But ideally, actually, when you call, you'd be redirected to a server, which would then programmatically create this in your phone and send it to the server so that that server would instead host said conference call. But that requires setting up a server. So yeah, that's just like the nitty gritty behind it. And obviously, if you end your call, you end it, right? The problem with the call feature at the moment is that there's no real moderation, like as Zoom does, where you can like end call for everyone and such and such. But that's the journal app. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But I just wanted to finish the PowerPoint real quick. So like, what's next? So like, just as I mentioned, we'd actually want to deploy our Twilio API to the server so that we wouldn't have to rely on this really hacky solution. Including that is to moderate the actual room participant, to like be able to kick people, to mute them, because ideally in a actual like audio room, you'd be wanting to talk to people, and if people wanted to interact with you, you could like unmute them and mute them at will instead of having 25 people talking all at once. We'd like to flesh out the profile, proper event scheduling, because I showed you the event. UI actually doesn't schedule it. We were just using that just to show that's a work in progress. The Twilio Verify API to actually have you be able to sign up with a phone number, because you actually need a phone number in order to make an audio call. And if that actually doesn't work, we were thinking about switching to the Android Telecom framework, which is just Android's built-in voice feature, but there are severe limitations with that, mainly with the size of how many people can be in the room. An actual recommendation system of like audio rooms based on their interests, club moderation or club organization, ending the call for everyone, invite only, and a general architecture feature or architecture revamp, because as the team and I kind of progressed through the app, we were kind of just throwing things on to the back end and throwing things on into the projects to support what we were trying to do. So going back and just properly transitioning to make that more streamlined would be ideal. And that's it. Any questions?
So we have a question from Dinesh. He says, impressive. Does the API have support for implementing passwords, for example, like pressing some sort of number and then pound when you're dialing in?
Oh, so this is going to be a little convoluted, but Twilio actually, their programmatic way to set up a phone call would be to actually establish a from and a to. So like the from would be a string digit number. So what you're saying about the pound probably wouldn't be applicable here, because the idea is we abstracted this room so that there is an endpoint to call into, i.e. the phone number of the host, which would probably be stored on the back end. Which would be like right here. So if you notice, there's a phone number. There's a phone number field for the room or the audio room, and that would be the endpoint that the app would actually grab and dial into. So the whole pound thing, I'm pretty sure is like something we actually would have to consider, but for the most part, no. You don't actually. The idea was you wouldn't actually have to enter a phone number, but you would just click on the room you want to go in, and the app would just do all the work for you.
Okay, so Ulysses asked, is there a limit to how many people can join the call?
For Twilio's API, I believe their limit is 250. For the Android Telecom framework, I remember reading something about you could merge up to 5 calls at a time, and it's kind of obscure as to like what they mean by merging 5 calls, as in merging 5 participants or merging 5 group calls of varying size.
So I just wanted you to click on that bell icon.
Oh, this one is broken, but it would be for like general notifications on like someone you're following whose event is coming up, is happening, or the app or the whatchamacallit, HR or the app itself would want to give you a notification like, oh, there's a new update, or there's a new event happening, blah blah blah, something like that.
Okay, great. And can you do a search, please? Just wanted to see that. So if you go to the bottom.
Oh, these also don't work. Smile, I believe.
So I wanted to just read them. So these are, what are these again? What are these categories?
These are like what Henry I have deemed as interests, or like topic phrases to like parse a user's description based on their profile. So like, let's say for example, tech, and if someone's profile is like, I'm a tech engineer, I'm studying computer science, I'm trying to code in these languages, if you selected tech, you would parse or you query a user's profile based on those key features, as in either their interests, sorry, hold up. So like, in case they put things like, oh, I like tech in their interest section, then it would pull them up based on that. Of course, does that work? To be determined and to be implemented, but that's the general idea behind why we implemented it this way, or why we have established this.
Okay, so there's a lot of things that you're saying don't really work. So what can someone realistically do with your app right now?
Make a phone call.
Okay, that was really fun. Ulysses and I and Dinesh and some other people were in the room. That was really fun.
If there's no other questions, that's it from me.
Congratulations for completing this. My last remark is that your UI is, the colors are a little bit off and the font size is a little small. So are you guys planning on implementing, developing this more after today and working on it?
I think the general idea with the team and I is just, it's like our super secret project baby. When we can do it, we will. And I think, yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing. Well, last group, we have Chaz, Yang Hong, Vincent, and Zach.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our short little presentation on our app called DishList. I'll start off by introducing myself. My name is Zachary Hymed.
Hi, my name is Vincent.
Hi, I'm Yang Hong. Unfortunately, I'm still in another class, so my awesome teammate, three of them will introduce it, so please enjoy.
I'm Chaz Honda.
And together we are the DishList team. So we're going to start off with Vincent. He's going to go over a little intro about our app.
So DishList gives the user the ability to find the recipe they're looking for without having to go through the hassle of manually having to search for it. Users are able to scroll through recipes and filter to find the one recipe that they want, checking the details to follow the steps to cook the delicious food, and also add their own recipe and manage their own recipe account. DishList has the things to improve and share your kitchen.
Okay, so these next few slides are basically going to go over the different screens our app is comprised of. Since we do have a video walkthrough, I'm kind of just going to skim over it so it's not too repetitive. So the first screen is the home screen, and it's split up into three different functionalities. The detail functionality, which allows the user to click on a recipe and look at it in more detail. We have the search functionality, which allows the user to search for recipes they're interested in. And then lastly, we have the filter functionality, or the sorting functionality, which allows the user to sort the recipes based on which has the most likes or the most views. The next screen is the add recipe screen. I think this is blocking it. The add recipe screen. And this page is pretty straightforward. The user just takes a picture, fills out the required fields, and then they'll just submit the recipe and it will get added to their account. And then the last screen is the user screen, which is pretty much a collection of posts that the user themselves have added to their account. And there also is a sign out button on the top if they wanted to log out.
Okay, so this is going to be a short little demo, pretty much demonstrating the different functionality of our app. So initially, when a user downloads our app, they will be directed to this login page where they can log in, put in their username, their password, and log in. If they don't have an account, they can go to the sign up page, put the username in, password, and confirm password. There is some error checking here, just in case if they put inconsistent passwords where this password is different than the other. There is some error checking involved. So for for this demonstration, we already have a account already created called test. So once you log in, it says you're in, it takes you to the first screen, which is called the home screen. And this screen is just basically a collection of all the posts from all the different users who are, currently on our platform. And this page has a few different, functionalities. For example, the first one is the search functionality. If we wanted to search for a specific recipe or a recipe that has chicken in the name, or in this case, it doesn't have chicken in the name, it has chicken in the description, we can do that, which is pretty cool. Also, another thing is our app gives the users the ability to like posts if they want to favorite it. As you can see, we have a few of them favorited over here. And also we have a view counter keeping track of how many views each recipe has gotten from the users currently on our platform. And lastly, the last functionality, or one of the last functionalities for this page, is the detail activity. The detail page, which shows a more detailed version of the recipe, has a bigger image, has the recipe name and also the description. And then also has the ingredients, all the necessary ingredients that the user will need in order to recreate this recipe. And then lastly, a method, which is pretty much directions on how to cook this recipe. So going backwards, the last functionality is the sorting ability. So we can basically sort. Let's say we want to see the recipe that has the most views, we can do this. 6 views. If we want to see the recipe that has the most likes, we can do this. So it's pretty cool. So the next page is the add recipe page, which is pretty straightforward. The user will take a picture and then they'll fill out the necessary fields before they submit it. Just to show you how it works. I mean, this is the emulator. Got it. Take a quick picture. Shows the picture, enter the title, description, ingredients, method, and then they would just submit it and then it will show on their account. So the last page or the last screen for our app is the user or the profile screen, which shows all of the different posts that the user themselves have posted, all the different recipes that they have posted. And as you can see, there's a little personalized message. Hi, Test. The name of our account is Test, but if there was a different name, it would show a different name. And very similar to the other, to the home screen, there is the ability to click on it and show a more detailed version. It also shows the view count for the person's recipe, and then they can even like their own posts if they want to. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, so the last functionality would just be to sign out. So once they're done with the app, they want to maybe log into another account, they can just click the sign out button and they're back where they started.
All right. Here's some future plans and improvements we can work on for DishList. A big thing that would make our app better would be having more recipes. So getting more recipes in general is a goal. We can do this several ways, including having more users add their own recipes or through the use of other API to add recipes to our database. More recipes means that people can find more things to cook with their app, which is great. More options for filters is also something we'd like to do, as it would also provide our users with different ways to find relevant recipes. We're also looking for ways to improve the formatting for adding recipes and providing a way for users to edit the recipes they have already posted. Since we can't have people edit their recipes yet, we'll need to work on that. Those are our main plans, but we could add more if we have other good ideas.
And that concludes our presentation. If anyone has any questions.
Nice. It's very, very cool. I really like the small touches of things, like the fonts that you chose for like hi or like enjoy adding your recipe. It just makes it feel so, like a whole like wine and dine experience type of thing. So nice little touches.
Yeah, thank you. That was all Yan Hong. She was pretty much in charge of the UI and making everything look nice, even the presentation too.
Yes, I love it. It has very like I'm hungry right now. Like I'm basically like I want to eat something. Very cool. When you guys are when someone's like adding a recipe, Do you have, it's all just like text fields right now. Do you have a way of, I don't know, grouping things together, given that people can just type in the title of the recipe? Like maybe they have like a typo, or like, there's like case sensitive issues, because later on you're using those same titles to sort things, right? Um, did you think about like maybe, I don't know, like a way of like preventing people from typing up things in a different way so that it, you know, just helps better with the searching part?
Yeah. We haven't implemented anything to do that, but that's definitely something that we would want to add in order to improve our app. But yeah, that is a good idea actually. But in terms of like case sensitivity, I'm pretty sure everything becomes lowercase. There's a function that we use to make everything lowercase. That way it's easier to search through.
I see. Very cool. And right now, if someone goes on their profile, what they see is things that they've cooked or things that they've posted.
Things that they've posted. Well, initially, if they logged in or if they create a new account, it's going to be empty on the user account. And then the homepage obviously will have all the posts. But I mean, it's anything that they wanted to add, but usually it's a cooked recipe.
Okay, I see. Because I thought like maybe there would also be a place where I could like remember what was the things that I've cooked previously, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea, because we also wanted to add a section where they can favorite recipes, and then they'll have like a bookmark section in their account. And we definitely would want to add something like that too.
Okay, nice. And my last question is the views thing. What do you think it brings for the user experience? Like why would I care that something has like high views or low views?
Right. So we were kind of conflicted whether this would just be a recipe app or a social media / recipe app. But I think the direction that we were headed in was social media, which is why we would add the view and then the views and then the likes and all that. But yeah, I think that kind of just shows how we weren't really sure where we wanted to head with, this app. But yeah, I mean, some people, they like stuff like that. It's like, hey, I got this many views, and it gives some type of excitement. But yeah.
One of the things we're kind of thinking about is letting people comment for specific recipes. So like maybe they knew a good substitute for something, or like a little modification that would make the recipe better for them. So then views might help see how many possible comments there are, or we could change it to comments instead of views.
Okay, I see. I mean, since just, a follow-up question because of the answer you guys gave, are you planning on developing this more and working on it?
Yeah. Well, I am definitely.
Okay, great.
Thank you all. You did it. Good job.